Good afternoon and welcome to the Chafed and Confused video podcast with Nick and Kyle. Nick, how are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Due to some technical difficulties, we'll be sharing a mic today.
Today we're joined by David Starr and Michael O'Farrell, both part of our local running community. David was the founder of Rumpus and Run, which is our local running group. Both are avid trail and ultra runners. Both have completed the UTMB in the last couple of years. Funnily enough, crewing each other, which is something we'll talk about as we get into this. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you.
Thanks.
So we'll start, before we get into the deep introductions, we'll start with our 10 questions to break the ice. Question number 1, pineapple on pizza, heck yes or heck no?
Heck yes for me.
I think I said heck no last time. I think it's still a very heck no for me.
We appreciate the consistency.
Yeah.
What is your preferred sock height and why?
I know David's.
I've got a pretty good tan line where my preferred sock height is. So I think it's called Mini Crew.
Okay.
Yeah, just above the shoe.
And I think I'm like calf, I guess is what you call it. Like,
Or like
half-
full crew.
yeah, like full, or like halfway between like knee and ankle, I guess.
This feels a bit like a couples interview, like
Yeah.
you're trying to know each other's answers.
We should have done that.
What book are you reading or have just read?
I am reading Greg Hill's I Almost Died book.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Sorry, I could die at any moment. Right. Great book. Greg Hill's a local legend here in Revelstoke, sender. So, yeah, I'm at the part that it's a bit sad and like, yeah, he has some friends that died in an avalanche, and he's like learning everything about like the backcountry and the alpine and the mountaineering and all that. So, great book though. I didn't know a lot of things about Greg. Like he's missing a finger. I did not know that.
There you go.
All right. Sounds more exciting than my book that I'm reading. I'm reading a historical fiction book about the Templar Knights.
Right, that's right up my alley. I'm here for it.
Nice. I'll share the book with you.
Yeah, thanks.
And now, this is the first time we've had 2 guests on, so this question is a little pertinent. Do you run with friends or do you run alone?
It's a mix. I think there's certain times I like just to run alone if I'm like last minute and I'm like busy schedule. And I just want to get it done. But there's other times like this week, did a workout with a friend and yeah, it was enjoyable. And then every Monday, run with a big group. It's also enjoyable, social. So I'd say like 50-50.
My number probably gets more than 50 with friends, just because the long adventures are almost always with friends, and so time on feet is a lot more biased towards running with friends. But during the week, I'll do little runs on my own.
Favorite pre-race or run pump-up song or genre?
What's Macklemore?
Thrift shop?
No.
Way back.
Yeah, man, I forget the name of it. It has like a crazy big intro, like.
Yeah,
This
sing
is
it
the-
for us. That's
I don't-
Glorious. Because I
Yeah,
am
no, it's
glorious.
no. I like that one as well. We'll research it and then you can put it in like the subtitles or the.
if you're allowed.
Yeah.
I don't remember what I said last time, but honestly, I don't really listen to music ever when I'm running. But it would be I don't know what it would be. It's probably like old school, like 80s music is what I enjoy running to if I ever do.
David just wakes up ready to go.
Yeah, just ready to rip.
Yeah, if you could be really good at another sport, what would it be?
I think it's the same answer as last time. Alpine skiing, like not alpine skiing, but alpine racing. Like I did some racing when I was younger, but it's something I would have liked to have pursued, like a bit more like World Cup level. Yeah, like I'm a great skier, I guess, but like racing is something that, yeah. hit those edges, hit that ice.
He doesn't have enough concussions in his life.
No.
Let's say mountain biking. I would love to just skip to the point where I'm really good at it because I don't care enough about it to get to that point right now. So if I could just be really good and then like ride chill so I don't hurt myself, I would go for that.
We'll plug you into the Matrix after.
Yeah,
We'll get you there.
Where is your next vacation? Or if you got a week off tomorrow, where would you go?
I'm going to do, I don't know if it's a vacation, but I'm going to do a race in November in California. That's exciting.
That's a
I'm
warmer
stoked.
place than Revelstoke
Yeah,
currently.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Right before the ski season. I'm stoked.
What race are you doing?
It's a new race called Pacific Trails California by UTMB. It's a 50K, pretty flat. Well, not flat, but like 1,500 meters of elevation gain or 50K. Want to get that California carpet, that fast, non-technical.
It's buff over there.
Very buff. So I'm excited about that. Near the water.
Getting those stones.
Yeah, get the stones.
And he's taking podcast favorite guest Emily along for the ride too.
Mhm.
Sure is. We're excited to see what you can
Yeah.
what you can do.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
all are. I'm heading to Japan in January to get some Japao.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Jealous.
When it comes to races, chase or be chased?
I like to be. No, I like to chase. I like to chase. Like I did one race like ahead of. It's tough. It's tough. I like to chase. Yeah.
Have a goal.
Yeah.
Chase something.
It's easier to see the carrot and just chase it
Then have the carrot chase you.
Mhm,
Yeah.
yeah, because you never know where that carrot behind.
Then be
like,
the carrot.
Yeah, be the carrot. You never know where that person is behind. Like it's so tough.
Yeah.
So are you gonna blow out because you're going too fast, or are you going too slow? So
Yeah.
chasing.
I'm a chaser as well.
I've never been so rabidly chased by someone as you at the panorama race this year.
Oh yeah.
I was like, I think I felt your moisture from your
Oh,
mouth
yeah.
on my neck.
Yeah, I am not surprised. I was on the edge of my ability at that point and breathing so hard. Yeah. And I liked that you didn't know it was me. You thought it was Michael.
I was like, holy cow, he's really turned it up.
And see, that was a race that I was being chased. I didn't like that. Yeah.
So we'll change it up because you have answered this one before. If you could create any gel flavor, what gel flavor would you create?
I think they have the gummies, but like salted margarita gel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I don't know how that would feel like deep into a race, but
I mean, sometimes it's nice because you get that sweet fatigue, right? So
Yeah.
to have a little bit of that salty kick would,
mhm.
I think that would go a long way.
Maybe add some spice to it.
Oh,
Spicy.
a little jalapenos. Ooh.
I've had some spicy gels and
Oh,
they've
yeah?
never gone
No bueno?
down well.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, just keep it simple.
Yeah. David's going to make an ice cream flavor.
What would I make? Sure. Let's say like mint chocolate chip.
Nice.
I don't actually know if that would be any good, but I haven't seen one or tried one. So
That's not the point
Go
of the
with that.
question.
Yeah.
And what's your favorite post-epic snack or meal?
I always go for a burger. And then like root beer or beer, depending on the venue.
I'm a big poutine if it's available, if not pizza.
I think that's what you had after Fat
Yeah.
Dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Nice.
Love poutine pizza. Good mix.
Carb
And a
load.
beer.
Sometimes a poutine pizza.
Hey, why? We should invent that.
And finally, in the world of ultra movement and getting after things, would you fellas consider yourselves chafed or confused?
I've had too much chafing lately, so I guess I've been pretty chafed.
I've been lucky this year. Not too much chafing, so probably confused. Yeah.
I like it.
Mhm.
I like it. David, can you tell us about Rumpus and Run? Kind of how it started, why it started, and what it's about.
Yeah, it's just a local run club. We meet every Monday night, no matter what the weather is doing, all year round, through the snow and the rain and everything else that gets thrown at us. And it's just about being like consistent and having a group to get out with and share some stories, share some laughs, and also like just having the motivation to get out the door sometimes when it's crappy out and it's dark in the winter and you don't really want to go running. For a lot of us, it's just like our one weekly run in the winter. So just a fun group, and there wasn't anything consistent in town when I moved here, so started it up.
And a few beers after, or a beer.
There may be some alcohol involved after fact.
What year did it start? What year did you move here?
I think it kind of officially started in 2019 when Rumpus opened its doors. I was somewhat unofficially starting to meet some people and create some kind of regular running group before that, but I think that's when Rumpus and Run was born.
I got a notification this week about the Facebook page, 6 years or something.
Yeah,
So 6 years makes sense.
Adds up.
2019, yeah.
And when you first started, how many people showed up?
I mean, there was like 4 or 5 of us often. I don't even remember if it was Mondays that we started meeting on, but yeah, there was a solid year of like less than 10 people showing up, and we had nights where it was 2 of us that were going out for a run. So it's all about just staying consistent though, and you kind of build up a big group of people that filter in and out, and so over time that group just gets bigger and bigger.
And what's the most number of people you've ever had there?
Michael might know better. I think we've had over 60, like just over, maybe.
I'd say like just north of 60.
Yeah.
Probably like last summer or something. I don't know.
Like the spring this year was really,
right.
really
Mhm.
busy.
Mm-hmm.
Seemed like in the fall and spring we get higher numbers as
Mhm.
people get busy in the summer doing other sports out of town, and then in the winter only the strong survive.
Does the club like travel for races or?
Unofficially. Yeah, like if a race is close by and there's a few of us like core members that are signed up for it, we can often convince some others to sign up as well and make a little group travel for it.
Awesome. And Michael, did you meet David at Rumpus?
Yeah, that's how we met. Yeah,
Mhm.
definitely. My first winter here 4 years ago, I guess. Yeah, joined the run club, and that's how I met a lot of people in town, to be honest. I think a lot of people search for like a run club or any other club in a new community to meet people. So I know a lot of people from run club that have met each other, like that are now good friends
Yeah.
because of run club, which
Yeah,
is
it's
awesome.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool to see. Like they're really good friends. Like Steph is one, like an example. She came to town and she's like friends with so many people that she's met through run clubs.
Mm-hmm.
And you've started a run club yourself, not in Revelstoke.
I helped start or help lead in Ottawa. Yeah, a pretty big run club now called the Ottawa City Run Club, OCRC. It was founded by Kayla. That was a while ago. I don't know. I think like 2015 in Ottawa. And yeah, like run clubs, I think recently have like grown and exploded. And this is a prime example. Like I think they go north of 200 people sometimes on a weekly basis. It's just massive. It's had to like adjust, like create pace groups and like waves because basically take over the city with like 200 people every Tuesday evening. So, but it's quite cool to see that community come together, and there's a lot of like giving back to the community as well, like doing fundraisers for the local food bank, good partnerships with the brewery as well, and they give back as well. So yeah, it's run clubs I think are a great way to meet people in the community, give back, and have that community feel.
Must feel a bit like a gang in the city when you're just like, 50 of you are just mobbing a street.
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Like some people that don't know what's going on are like, what is going on? Like, who are these people? Yeah. It's quite intimidating sometimes, I guess.
Yeah, that would be like a whole other level of organization when you have street lights and stop signs and vehicles in the way. Like, it's nice that we're at least just on the trail and we just have some mountain bikers that have to wait for us to pass.
Mountain bikers and mosquitoes.
Totally.
Mosquitoes, yeah.
Yeah, like OCRC has, I think, like 6 or 7, maybe 8 volunteer leads, and every week, like they're stationed at different intersection depending on the route to like guide people and like tell people, and there's like sweeps to make sure nobody's left behind. So
Oh wow.
yeah, it's a pretty big logistical
It's an operation.
endeavor. Yeah, for sure.
Take that, Rumpus. No.
I don't want to get to that level. That's fine by me.
Yeah.
Awesome. So let's dive into your summers. So how many races have you done? How far have you traveled? What's summer been like for you guys?
Well, we were both just in Europe for races. I did my first 100-miler, UTMB. And so, yeah, I did a little tour around Mont Blanc. And Michael helped me along the way for that one. So that was my big race goal for the summer. I did a backyard ultra earlier in the summer where I hit my goal of 24 hours. But UTMB was the one that I was really looking forward to, and made it around the loop. And not my goal time, but I finished it and I was happy.
And 24 hours of a backyard ultra is still also 100 miles
Mhm.
for those listening at home.
It is a very different kind of 100 miles, but it is also the same distance.
I think all four of us did a race together,
Yeah.
the first race of the season. So we did the Wildness, its inaugural
Mhm.
season or year. So that was, did we all do the back-to-back? Yeah, we
Yeah.
all did the 2-day.
The 2-day.
So we did basically, I think the first day was like 36 kilometers, and then second day was about 12, 13. Yeah, 13, probably closer to 13. So that was my first race of the season. I'm trying to remember if there was another one in between. I don't think so. I think it was just a lot of like adventures. But yeah, like David said, went to Europe, went to crew David at UTMB, and then I did my own 100-miler, which ended up getting cut short, unfortunately, to 152 kilometers, so just shy of 100 miles. It was the Ultra Tour de Monte Rosa in Switzerland. Also goes into Italy, and it circumvents the Monte Rosa summit. It goes through Zermatt, and unfortunately, it got cut short. There was a rock slide, and the organizers didn't know. It's literally the guy that was in front in first place got to this point on course, and he's like, I can't pass here. So he had to turn back around, go back to the last aid station. And they called the race. Basically, the race ended at the last aid station. So he was first through that aid station. So they took that time. Same with the second place runner. He was like maybe half an hour, but he caught him back when he was running back. So yeah, it was unfortunate, but it was still a long race, a tough race, weatherized. The terrain was really technical, rugged, beautiful race though, but pretty tough.
It would have been more unfortunate if he'd got caught in the rock slide.
Oh my God, yeah. Thank God. Like, and they mentioned like it's common in that area. So you're not like, one of the rules is you're not allowed any headphones, even if it's like the shocks. Yeah. Because rock slides are so like they occur often that they want you to pay attention, especially like night portions. So yeah, it was a good call. Like now I understand why I was a bit bitter when I heard about that rule, but I totally understand the why behind it and our safety first.
Did you run around the parking lot just to get to 100 miles?
I actually thought about it after.
I think I'm that messed up. I probably would have.
In the moment, I'm like, okay, I'm just glad that it's over. But like the day after, maybe I was like, damn, I should have just like ran a couple laps around town.
It's 9 kilometers extra after.
And that last 9 was pretty tough. So I was like, it was bittersweet. I was happy that it was over, but a little sad that we didn't do like the full loop. And I still had I still felt good, but happy not to go back into a second night as well. So, but yeah,
Sad to go back.
yeah, I don't know if I'd go back. I mean, I'd do something else, but it is beautiful. Like it is beautiful, but it's pretty hard. It's some big climbs. Like some of the climbs are over 1,700 meters, like long descents. But yeah, super great organization. We have like, what was really cool is like after the race, so they have different distances. They have like a 12, 20, 50, and this 100-mile. And it starts in this little town, Grachen, in Switzerland, Grachen. And on the Sunday is when or the Saturday is when they do the 50 and like the 20. And then everybody congregates into like the town square. They have tents and then they have a dinner. Like all the racers from all the distances come together and they have a dinner. It's really cool. And then you like kind of like recap and oh, we ran together. It's like, I feel sometimes races just end too quickly.
Yeah, everyone just disappears.
Yeah. And like
Your best friend for the last 10 hours, you never see him again.
Totally. But this was really cool. You built more connection with the people that you ran with and you shared like a lot of miles with. So yeah, I really like that format. Similar to Hard Rock, they do like a brunch the next morning. All the racers come together and they relive their many hours on the trail.
Because it works better in like smaller races where there aren't thousands of people involved.
I think UTMB does it though.
Really?
That'd be a big tent.
They do it, but it's during the awards ceremony, I think, or they do it the next day, like the Sunday.
I didn't get the invite.
Did you read your emails?
I think so.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they did do something like that. Anyways, but yeah, much easier with like smaller races.
Yeah.
While you guys were talking, I just thought of a new question that could be part of the 10 questions. How much money have you spent on nutrition this summer?
Well, way too much.
I was telling Bruno this, one of our friends.
He's not the guy you want to tell how much you
died
spend on
on
nutrition.
No, he was like, yeah, that's why he's almost died. He's like, oh my God, that's crazy. He makes his own gels.
Yep.
And so, yeah, way too much.
I don't know.
Pretty, yeah.
If I was to
Hundreds of
guess
dollars.
just this summer, I don't know, maybe like $500 on fuel.
I was just before the Fat Dog. I was like debating about what I wanted to use. I didn't train really well with a particular fuel, and then I was like, this end up using Morton and some precision nutrition gels, but I'm like, this is gonna cost me like $350 for nutrition for one race, and then I was just like, but I've spent so much time this summer training for this race. Like, do I want to not spend that money and then not get the performance I want?
Yeah.
But it ain't cheap.
It ain't cheap. I was gonna say around $500 probably. And it's tough because sometimes like you go to races and you don't know the nutrition that they'll have and it's not clear. Some races it's very clear and you could try to switch to that, and because your fees, like race fees, are basically paying a portion of that. So
You should just get you whatever you want. You should just place an order.
right?
Yeah, I feel like the races I've been to lately haven't had anything close to what I would want to be consuming for that race. So
Probably what you need as well.
yeah,
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. That's just like it's almost like a token. A lot of them just have like a token amount of things,
right.
but not something that like I would think that most elites, maybe they eat a little bit of fruit, watermelon or something in an aid station. Other than that, I doubt any elite runner is eating anything from an aid station
No.
other than water.
No, they got their own stuff for sure.
Yeah. They're probably just stock enough to like survive, maybe not
Yeah.
perform at
So 2 years ago, you ran UTMB and David crewed you. The 2 years
the
ago?
first time was
Three
three. I
years
guess
ago.
3 years.
Three
yeah,
years
three,
ago.
Three.
And
UTMBs ago.
then this summer David ran it and you crewed him.
Yep.
What did you take from having run the race before to help David?
I think like there was one thing is like take the time that you need. Even though I took a lot, my first UTMB, there was like some aid stations that I took a lot of time because my stomach was just not cooperating. And yeah, just take the time that you need, but not too much time. And I know David like had a pretty, not strict, you were pretty fast in your aid stations. Like I don't think there was one aid station, maybe
Courmayeur.
but that's like the midway point, and a lot of people take a lot of time there. But all the other stations, I think you were like sub 20 minutes, like 15 minutes.
Yeah, I think I was
average probably 12 minutes.
Between 10 and 15.
Yeah, at least the ones that we saw you at.
Yeah.
So that's pretty fast because you could lose like a lot of time at aid stations if you start like adding it up.
15 minutes, 8 times. That's a lot of time.
Yeah. So I think like at the end of my race, I had calculated it was like between 4 and 5 hours like spent at aid stations, which is huge.
But also sometimes you leave early without what you need or feeling good, and then you take the 4 or 5 hours between one aid station to the next.
Yeah.
I've done that before.
Exactly. So I think like the rule of thumb is like taking the right amount of time, but not too much time. So yeah, like when I was like at the aid stations crewing David, if I felt he looked good and he had everything he needed, he had eaten, yeah, like let's go, like stand up and go. You look good throughout the race. Like I never thought that you were like struggling and like you're really deep into like the pain cave or whatever. Like obviously you probably were, but yeah, you like I was looking at other people sometimes come in and I'm like, oh, David looks way better than a lot of these people. So
He did a good
Let's
job.
go.
He did a good job. Maybe it was just for the socials. He did a good job of having a smile on his face. Most of the
Yeah.
times I saw him.
Fake it till you make it. Yeah, I was trying to stay like intentionally stay positive,
Mhm.
like almost force myself to smile and enjoy it and take the time to appreciate what I was doing. And I think that just helped like keep me in a positive frame of mind and keep smiling and thanking people along the way and just enjoy the experience.
Mhm.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. It's a good
And I
time.
think like, yeah, having that positive mindset is really important. I forget the name of the book that I read, but it's this female.
Oh, the places you'll go, Dr. Seuss.
No, I forget her name. She's like a legend in road running, an American.
Was it
I can't-
Des London?
No, I forget her name. Anyways, it was all about like, yeah, having that positive mindset. Like that shifted basically her career is like being positive with everything that she did in her training, in her races, is like having that positive mindset. You can do it. This is what you train for. Anyways, any mantra that you want. But yeah, I think that's super important. And like you just said, it probably helped you push through. Sometimes I feel I get into like this weird place and I'm like, what am I doing here? Like, and you just got to like switch that up and be like, this is fun. This is beautiful. I'm privileged to be here. I've trained for this. I'm ready for this. Like I could do this.
I mean, pain and discomfort is literally just feedback. It's your body saying, hey, maybe my leg's not working so good, or maybe my foot's not working so good, or maybe I'm chafing. But in when you relate that back to your goal of finishing, maybe you need to modify something in your equipment or some, but it doesn't change what you're trying to do. So it's like, you're going to hurt.
Yeah,
Smiling helps.
totally.
Totally.
Releases endorphins, makes your body think, hey, we're fine.
Mhm.
We're going to keep going.
Mhm.
Yeah. You got to kind of counter that trigger in your brain that's telling you to stop. You could always go further than what your brain's telling you. So yeah, it's like combating that mind over matter.
So David, having crewed Michael, how did crewing Michael affect? Like you had an idea of what the course was like. I guess that you also ran the course.
I did. I crewed Michael, and then immediately with a group of friends, we ran the course. Well, one of my takeaways from crewing Michael was that, yeah, he did spend a bunch of time in aid stations, and so I was thinking about like, how do I spend less time? Can I maybe like try and organize myself so that I only do like a certain number of things as quickly and as efficiently as possible, and get in and out. And then just also just like kind of knowing the course and the aid stations and how it kind of all works was helpful as well for my own race.
In UTMB, you're just allowed to have one crew person. Is that how it works?
Inside the actual
Okay.
aid station, yeah.
Choose wisely. Good friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like Michael and Michelle traded off, and I think Michael did the last couple ones and Michelle did the first ones.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was fun seeing them both there, and they also had some other friends that were coming along as well, and it was awesome seeing everybody along the way, and definitely got a boost like on the way to the aid station, thinking about seeing friends there, and then yeah, just like actually getting there and seeing them, I would always be pretty stoked.
Michael and Michelle, is that like a good cop, bad cop? You just decide what he needs at this aid station.
I don't know how
I would
it
say
is.
You're
they're
gonna
both-
finish this race.
They're both being pretty good cops.
Yeah. Not too hard on him.
I don't think I was in a space that needed a bad cop. I was being pretty positive on my own, and so yeah, they were just trying to be efficient and get me in and out.
So we've talked a lot about crewing. For those at home, what does crewing mean and what do they do?
Oh wow. You want to
David?
start? Or?
It's just someone that helps you get through the race. So they meet you at certain points where they're allowed to access aid stations, and they have things of yours that you might want. So typically a big bag of all of the things that you could potentially ever need
Money.
for no money. Like clothing to change, any nutrition, any like first aid type stuff, or yeah. You add to that.
Tools to work on your body.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen people having massage guns and aid stations. Yeah, it's something like we said earlier. In the aid stations, they don't have all the nutrition that you need, so carrying that for like 100 miles is practically impossible.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Be like 20 pounds
yeah,
of
it'd be
weight on
it'd
you.
be crazy. So races either have the race that I did, I didn't have crew. Well, I had my friend Pat, who came to the first aid station, but it was a very difficult course to crew because we're like the way that it's set, it's like in the mountains. Like for you to drive there, you'd have to like drive like 500 kilometers around the mountain to go to another aid station. So we rely on drop bags in those cases, which is similar to a crew, but you don't have that human personal connection of somebody that's going to give you the tough love or good love. So
No,
Yeah.
no love.
no love at all. So you have drop bags with all the stuff that David mentioned, food, clothing, everything that you need. It could be body glide, new pair of shoes, socks, sunglasses, anything basically that you think you'll need throughout the race. But with a crew, it's much easier because they carry it, and it's nice to see a familiar face during a race, and it's sometimes more efficient as well, and a bit quicker. So
Yeah, if you can just prep them on all the things that you'll potentially need and where everything goes in your vest, and like then in later stages of a race when you're not thinking clearly, you like get to a drop bag, you might not take things that you should be taking and need, whereas your crew is hopefully a little more with it, and they can tell you and like force you to take things and
Make you eat if you haven't been
Yeah.
eating.
Mhm.
yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Like it's like a pit crew in a Formula One.
Yeah.
And I've actually been at a race where I saw a guy come into an aid station. I think he had 6 people, and he literally just walked in, like put his arms up. Someone like took his hat off, took his shirt off, took his vest off, put a new shirt on him, put a new hat on him, did these things. Then he just laid down on the ground. Someone foam rolled his legs. Someone gave him snacks. It was literally like at a Formula
Yeah.
One. It was very funny.
Yeah.
Well, it seems like that's the way it's going at the front of the races now. Like Michael was talking about hours spent at aid stations. Like
Mhm.
these guys are spending minutes over the entire race
Yeah.
in a 100-mile race at aid stations, and that's what it takes now to win these really competitive races.
I think Tom Evans, the winner of this year's UTMB, spent less than 15 minutes at
Wow.
aid stations.
Well, it was like when we were
Crazy.
watching. Were we watching Western States at Pano?
Mm-hmm.
And you see, it was so hot that the
Yeah.
crews had ice baths. So the runner just runs in, dives into the ice bath. Meanwhile, they've thrown out all their, empty bottles and gel packets, and someone's just restocking them in the ice bath, and then they get up and go. And
Yeah,
it's
it's
just
wild.
like minutes, and yeah, it's really impressive to watch and
Yeah.
kind of hilarious. But
Yeah, because some of these races come down like David was saying, the front of the race, like it's seconds, like even 100 miles could be like minutes, seconds.
yeah, which
like,
is crazy.
it's
Over 100 miles. That
crazy
you're,
how
you know,
close
can keep pace
it
with
is
someone.
these days. Yeah.
Sweet. So after a big summer that you guys have had, what do you kind of bring into the fall? I know, Michael, you're doing another race. David, do you have anything, or do you just kind of, you've checked your 8 goal and maybe a fall run or like a race here and there? How do you keep yourself?
Honestly, I'm struggling a little bit at this time of year with like no real goals to work towards right now.
You should create like a run club of people to support you. Rumpus and run, maybe.
That's like the one sure thing is I'm getting out for my Monday night runs. I'm still trying to get out for like some weekend adventures before it gets too snowy in the Alpine. But I was just saying today, like I really need to start getting back at the gym for the winter and get a little more consistent with that, and focus on some strength, because I'm fine not running as much over the winter and being a little bit less consistent, but I think the adding in the strength component is important for this time.
Yeah, kind of felt like David, and I'm like, I need a goal. I need something to look forward to. So I'm like signed up for 2 races.
2 races.
Yeah, also doing the Predator Ridge Dirty
Oh,
Foot,
yes. Yeah.
race. Kyle, you're doing it. Kyle's doing it
I
as
may
well.
I may do it. I may be persuaded to do it.
Mhm. We haven't persuaded David yet because I think you're not available, or
He's
I'm
available.
I'm probably gonna be there.
yeah,
I'm
he's
just
probably gonna
not
be there. Just
for sure gonna race.
He's gonna crew us.
He's gonna win the 5K.
I might enter the 5K.
There you go. Do it. Nice fast 5K. So yeah, I think like it would be tough because right now, like mentally, and like if I didn't have a goal, I probably wouldn't be running as much as I am right now. I feel like the shorter days, the weather, everything, it's a bit harder to get out there and do it. And it's been like a pretty big season, a pretty big build up. So having something to look forward to kind of helps. I like a good fall race to end the season before skiing season starts. And then, yeah, like David said, hitting the gym, doing some cross training in the off season. I want to kind of try to maintain that fitness this winter, and maybe do like a race in the spring, like earlier on this year. And yeah, it's tough sometimes during the winter. Like those days are so much shorter. So I bought I don't have it yet, but a bike trainer. So we'll see if I could get that into my schedule and into my routine. Basically, the person I bought it from, she's like, I used it twice. I'm like, hopefully that's not me. Maybe it'll go back on sale on Marketplace.
Thank you guys so much for your time today. It's been great to sit down and chat with you. At the end of the show, we always like to ask, you've both been doing this for, a long time. Maybe there's someone at home who's listening to this and maybe they want to run their first trail race. Maybe they've never run before and they just want to feel comfortable to come out to Rumpus and run. Or maybe, it's someone who runs at Rumpus and maybe they see you guys doing a 100-mile and they're like, maybe I could do that. Is there a piece of advice that each of you could give to someone that you've learned over your years that would help someone succeed in, deciding on a goal and then going after it?
I think it's important to start with like your why, like why you want to do this. If you do have that desire, like if you're like, oh, I see all these people running, should I run as well? That's cool, but like, why do you want to do it? Like, is it because everybody else is doing it, or do you have like a goal in mind? So kind of finding that to start off with, and then yeah, there's so many resources out there. Is like, start small, start like gradual, go test it out, talk to a lot of people. I think like just talking to people, asking questions. There's so many people right now running, and I mean, if somebody comes to me and asks me questions, I'm more than willing to answer and to help guide and whatnot. So yeah, I think start small, ask questions, find your why, and then yeah, see how it goes.
Asking questions, I think, is great. Like, just the 4 of us in this room have made have made so many mistakes.
Yeah.
A good way to circumvent making those mistakes yourself is ask someone who's made all those mistakes and take the shortcuts. I think that's great advice.
Totally. Yeah. So asking questions about equipment or types of like training runs or programs and races and shoes and yeah. So asking questions, because it could be really intimidating. I feel like the sport is growing so rapidly and there's so much attention on it and like new equipment and a lot of races. So yeah, ask the questions and yeah, don't make the same mistakes we did.
We love talking about running.
Yeah, totally.
I would say for someone looking to like get into the longer distance, one thing that I figured out after actually quite a few years of running 50Ks and like cramping up like crazy every time and struggling and bonking and like trying to push so hard to get to the finish line, I finally realized, I mean, it got really popular in the whole running scene and podcasting talking about fueling, but it makes such a big difference actually fueling properly, like taking in way more carbs than you think you need. And so that was like one thing that took me to the next level in terms of distance and just like the ease of going further and longer when you're consuming a lot more. It's crazy what it makes.
I think also practicing it I'm someone who's horrible at practicing nutrition. It's like, I'm like, oh, it'll just work on the day, but I don't practice it. And it's like, obviously that's like the worst thing that you could possibly do.
Yeah, I was gonna say, asking for a friend. What have you figured out? How do you maintain that fueling through a long distance race?
Well, you just you come up with a plan that you've practiced, and in training runs, we work on number of carbs an hour, and so just having stuff that you can consume, and you have that plan. Like my plan for UTMB was 100 grams of carbs an hour, which I won't say it actually ended up working out perfectly that way, but I never bonked in 35 hours. I got hungry a couple times towards the middle and end of the race, and I realized that I wasn't feeling as much as I should be. I came back to a few aid stations with gels that were still in my vest. And so it's not going to go perfect, but planning for it, really strategizing exactly what you're going to take, how often, it makes a huge difference. And then if you fall a little bit short, at least you're falling short of the high bar that you set up front.
And I think, well, it's funny to, we talk about practice and trying out what you use, because at Fat Dog I hit the 55-kilometer mark, and I was starting to fatigue, and I was like, oh, I'm bonking, but I'm close, so I know I can kind of push through, but I should have a gel. And I had just a random gel that I brought from home. Hadn't tried it at all. It was a part of a mixed pack. And I was like, this, whatever, salted maple, this will be good. And it was absolutely horrendous. And just trying to get it into my body was I know I need it. I'm trying not to hurl. Let's see how this goes. So definitely having that plan is paramount, I think.
Yeah, and it won't always go, or probably never goes exactly as planned, like David said, but at least you have that plan. And I think it's really important to troubleshoot. This is something I learned is don't give up. If your plan is you can't follow it because of XYZ, something happened, you're slower on your splits or whatever, is stop, think, and troubleshoot. Maybe the gel that you're eating right now, I know your stomach doesn't want to ingest it, but there's other stuff at these aid stations that we were talking about earlier. Maybe it's a banana, maybe it's a slice of watermelon, maybe it's a broth or whatever, or pasta or something, but troubleshoot and don't give up. Try things. Because sometimes I learned this at my first UTMB. I was I need to stick to my plan. I haven't tested anything else. You were saying, you hadn't tested this gel, but sometimes you just need something and try it. Worst case, it's going to come back out. Keep going, try something else. But I think, it's important to and maybe you just need to wait half an hour, try again. Sometimes your stomach just needs to settle for a bit, but just having somewhat of a plan. And it's okay. Sometimes at night, it's going to be colder. You're going to eat less. That's okay.
I think like David was saying, the plan is the reference that allows you to know that you've exceeded or fallen short, or that you need to experiment.
Mm-hmm.
It's without that plan, I mean, you get pretty loopy, especially into a long race where you just forget what you're doing. You can't remember 10 minutes ago to know I used to run with my heart rate monitor watch, and then a separate watch on my other wrist was on a timer, and every hour it would go off and I would know that I had to do things.
Mm-hmm.
But it's because you just forget. So I think having that plan is so important, so that you have a reference of the standard and where you at with the standard. That's great advice.
Yeah. I do the alerts on my watch every 30 minutes. It says eat. Sometimes after, I don't know, 20, let's say, sometimes I'm oh my God, stop. I can't right now.
Stop telling me what to do.
Yeah, exactly. It's
just takes his watch off and leaves it in the woods, and then realizes it was $700, runs back for it.
Yeah. So, but that's a great point. You forget, you can't calculate, after
simple math becomes hard. 20 hours into a race.
Yeah.
Very hard.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being with us today. And thank you for starting Rumpus and Run. And you're both leaders at Rumpus and Run. Thank you for creating this thing that is kind of a staple of our running community. You guys, you do it for free. You do it for the love of the sport and the community. And it's so valuable. And we're so grateful to have you both.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
We are
chafed
and confused.